All right, guys, on this Easter Sunday, we are going to do a reduced engine power on a 2003 Avalanche. So let's head on down there. Let's see what we can find. Just so you guys can get a little idea what I charge on reduced engine powers. You know, guys, got a $100 minimum, but normally when I get into a reduced engine power and it's not just a simple throttle body, I know everyone changes throttle bodies all the time and it never fixes the problem, hardly ever. You got about a 25% chance, maybe 30% chance of fixing the problem. But normally it's going to be a bad wire or a harness connector, a pedal position sensor, you know, there's lots of things it could be. So normally I charge about, the average is about 250 bucks for a reduced engine power. Bad ground wire, bad wire. So anyways, let's get to it and we'll see how this one goes. He has already replaced the throttle body, he tells me. So let's get down there and check it out. It's Sunday today. If I run into any bullshit, like he said his truck has been stolen and a reduced engine power and his ignition switch is all fucked up, I'm not doing it. I'm stopping. That's what it is. All right, the light's not working, so we got to start with the fuse first.
Okay.
The fuse, guys, is going to be on the bottom left corner. Should be this one right there. Let's find out which one it is. It's going to be the cigarette lighter. It's going to be the cigarette lighter. It's going to be this one right here. All right, guys, this is where we're at. The vehicle will run. I'm going to show you my gauges inside shortly. I did have my OBD. I fixed that fuse, a blown fuse there. Let me show you what I have in the engine PCM. I have a throttle body code. I think it's 1518. We have a 1518 only. I unplugged the map sensor, and I got class 2 communication circuit, low voltage. All right, so let's get to it. All right, guys, I got a pin. I'm gonna switch you on over here. Now you got 6 ports in your throttle body. This is an Avalanche 2003. And I should have 2 5-volt references, 2 5 volts coming out of 2 of these pins, okay? So let's just test. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm gonna get you closer so you can see what I got here. Put a tone so I can hear something. I got 0.4. I got 0.47. It's not looking good. 0.53. Okay, 0.4. I already know. We have, we're missing 5-volt reference. 0.28. Let's go to the next one. 0.2. Yeah, we lost our 5-volt reference. I could really stop right now because I'm done. 0.11. And we got 0.2. So really right now is I have to find why I'm missing the 5-volt reference. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start checking my PCM fuses, all my PCM fuses out of the fuse box. So let's do it. Let's do that first. And then we'll, if we have to, we'll start unplugging sensors. So what I found was this fuse right here is blown. check this one. 12 volts, 12 volts. Voltage on both sides. Voltage on one side. So that is a blown fuse. Okay. So let's pull that bad boy out of there. Where are my pliers at? So we have one blown fuse, and that is going to be the ETC and the ECM fuse. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So now we're on the right track, and that is definitely blown right there on the top. Okay, so let me grab another fuse. Okay, I got another fuse. This fuse is good. That fuse is good. Got the key in the on position. See if it blows when I put it in there. That's what I'm curious about. Right now. Oh, you guys hear that? Yep, there is our problem, ladies and gentlemen. We have a circuit that's blowing fuses. So that is the ECM fuse. So we have a bad wire, bad fuse box, bad wire, or we have a bad computer that's causing that. I'm on a mobile call, so hopefully I can get this diagnosed fairly quickly. All right, get on my seat, please. Oops, sorry. It's over here. All right, guys, there is the ET fuse right there. So I got it highlighted. Let's see where that wire goes to. And it goes to the throttle actuator control module. It's on the rear of the engine compartment on the firewall. So we'll be looking for one of those, and it should have a pink wire. So let's look for the pink wire. And then we'll do a resistance check from here to the fuse box. Okay? Fuse box to the module. Right there, unplugged. When we do that resistance check on that wire, I want to see 3 or below is what I want to see. Okay. All right, rear of engine compartment. There it is, right there. I don't know if this is the plug. There's 2 plugs on it. Let's unplug it and see if we can find a pink wire. I don't see any pink wires on this plug. So let's plug it back up. Let's plug it back up. Let's pull that other plug off of there. All right, second plug. And there is my pink wire. Let's go ahead and do a resistance check on the wire. Let me get my multimeter out. We'll go ahead and connect here to the fuse over here.
They'll use that jet for like...
All right, I connected to the pink wire, and I'm connected to the fuse. My continuity is good.
I watched the video this morning. They said continuity.
So more than likely, we have a bad module. More than likely, that's what we have going on here.
From range to...
Oh yeah.
You do?
Oh no, no.
Good?
I don't even know what's up. This.
You smell it?
This is burnt up. Yep. Can you smell that?
Pulled off.
Yeah, man, it's burnt.
I think I have that.
All right, guys. So we found the problem. He did not want me to go get him another part because he said he stripped another Avalanche not long ago, so he has all kinds of parts at another location. So I put his stuff back together again, put a new fuse in there, so when he plugs up his new one, it'll be a plug and play. Everything should be normal. So disconnect the battery, clear all the codes out of there, and he should be good to go. So remember guys, again, don't guess, test, and quit complaining about $100 minimum. Stop complaining about it, because you're a winner. We're all winners. Yeah, we're all winners. So quit tripping about $100 minimum, especially if you're going to get the right problem fixed. You're not spending extra money on an alternator or extra money on a starter, and with all that damn guessing. Don't guess, test. I'm out. Peace. All right, guys, we're back home now. We're $250 stronger today. Yeah, it doesn't take me that long anymore because I do a lot of studying and, you know, a lot of studying, a lot of research. So usually I can find problems really, really fast. And get paid very, very well. This is the kind of stuff I was been trying to teach someone for years. You know, learn while I'm learning. But I can't seem to find any help. Anyways, that's another story. We ended up finding the problem. I put a new fuse back in there for him. He said he had some old parts that he stripped off another Avalanche. So he says he's sure he has that part. So all he really has to do is plug it up. I'm gonna plug it up himself and start up the vehicle, and he should be okay. And that's a wrap, guys. Remember, don't guess, test, always. Now, remind you, he already put a new throttle body on his vehicle, and I see that a lot. I don't know, I'm gonna say it like that. I see it a lot. People putting on throttle bodies and they never need it because they don't test. They guess, they put on another $200 throttle body, and it doesn't fix your problem. So always get a diagnostic. Diagnostics are designed to save you money, not take your money. So get that through your head, you hard-headed people out there. It's to save you money. For instance, yeah, it's there to save you money. Diagnostics, say it after me. Diagnostics is designed to save you money. Save me money, okay? All right, guys, I'm out. Peace. Happy Sunday, happy Easter. I mean, happy holidays. Job on this Easter Sunday is going to be F-150 2005. We're going to do some front wheel bearings. It's going to be the bearings and the rotor assembly. Let's get it. With just a little bitty air tank. Get yourself a jack stand, put it underneath the vehicle. We got a little scrapage here I see on the guy who had it before me. Yes, this is my truck. So I believe that's the first time I've personally taken off the wheel. So we don't need brake pads. The brake pads are good. I should have bought some brake pads. They're about 50% right now. I think I'm just going to let it ride. I'm just going to go ahead and replace the rotors and be done with it. So let's do it. First thing I'm going to do is I am not going to take off the caliper. Okay? All I'm going to do is get a screwdriver in here and push the piston in so I can release the pressure off those off the pads. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to remove this bolt or that bolt for the caliper bolts. I'm not going to do it that way. To make things a little bit quicker, what I like to do is I like getting a flathead and I like getting it in between the rotor and the pad and kind of squeeze. Let's see. No, it's moving. See my hand moving? So I'm pushing in that piston. The piston's going in. It's going in. It's going in. That's good enough. Now my caliper is loose. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back here and I'm going to take off those two 15mm bolts back behind on the bracket, not the caliper, the bracket bolts. You'll see two of them back there. If I do it that way, I can keep the pads inside the caliper while I replace this rotor, okay? That way I don't have to do any extra work. It looks like it's going to be a 18 millimeter back there. Hopefully I have enough air to do it. Oh yeah, no problem. Take that bolt out. Take the bottom bolt out. And now I can pull off the whole rotor. Now you see my brake pads remain inside the caliper. Okay? Pressing in the piston. The pistons are back here. It's a dual piston caliper. So you push in the piston, you can keep the pads in there. Now, I should hang this up on a hanger or something, but I'm just going to be gentle. I'm just going to leave it there. And let me turn this around and I'll show you the axle nut we have to take off. All right, the next step, I use some cutting diagonals, and there's a cotter key in there. So you got to take the cotter key out first. Straighten it out. It should bend straight. Then you can pull it out the bottom. Okay. Cotter key. Okay. You can take the cover off, pull straight out. Get you a socket that fits that. I'm going to use a 30. Man, I think it's a 34, you guys. I'm pretty sure the socket's a 34. It's just all worn out. It's old. It's 36. Oh man, I don't know what it is, guys. I think it's a 36. 34 or 36. I'm sorry about that. I'll check with another socket here shortly. That one's tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. Thank you. All right, now that's pretty much all there is to it. You get the nut off, and this rotor can come right off. All right, that's it. Really not brain surgery on this one. The rotors are about 60 bucks. I think I got both rotors for like 135 bucks at O'Reilly's Auto Parts, okay? So, everything looks good. Let me get the new rotor on there. Just gonna put a little bit, little finger should work. Spread it around a little bit. You ain't gotta go crazy with it. All right. Get this grease off my finger. All right. And then you put this rotor right back where you got it. Okay, put your nut back on it. Tighten it down. All right, that's it. Put the cap back on it. You might have to twist it a couple times so the hole will match up. Put your cotter key back in the hole. Okay, go ahead and bend the cotter key. All right, and yeah, that's it. Let's get the caliper back on there. If you've been following along, your brake pad should already be installed in your caliper. So now all you have to do, and your piston pressed in with the screwdriver. All right, so now you just throw the caliper back on there like that. Get your bolt. And start it, okay? Get your other bolt. Start that bolt. Okay? Bam. Tighten up the bolt in the back. It was an 18 millimeter, I believe. I'm not trying to block the shot. No, that's not the right size. That's the right size. It's an 18 millimeter. I had a 19 millimeter on it. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for the bearing job. Pretty simple job. Hope it helped somebody. Like and subscribe. Hayes Mobile Auto Repair. We're in Jackson, Mississippi.